Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about what will become of America. This is actually a response video to Never Enough Ammo's chat from last night, since I didn't get an actual link to the panel, even though I was asking a couple people on Discord if they would say something to him to give me a link, is what it was. Because they were talking about a few different things I wanted to get in there and talk about is what it was. And yeah, it is what it is. Of course, I got my summer hat back today from my cousin, who apparently, I guess this was in the pocket of my coat that he was washing the other day for me. Because, things over there in the house right now, I don't have any ability to wash anything right now, unfortunately, because the well's down and I forget if it's the washer or dryer is broken, but one of them is broken and doesn't work right. So I forget which exactly it is, but yeah, just don't got enough water, don't got enough shit, what it is to do things. So yeah, anyway, but yeah, enough of that hat though. I'm gonna go ahead and throw back on the Ohio hat because I want to talk about some stuff relating to everything. But yeah, so basically, Matt was talking about what he thinks would become of America and how we're not constitutional republic anymore, or anything like that. The thing is, like, I think he's semi-right. I think he's semi-right about that. The whole constitutional republic thing is what it is. And unfortunately, we are definitely in a position right now where sorry, I was trying to check the Powerball numbers here, but I don't think it's come up yet. Oh, no, this is for today. Okay. Let's see if I got any right now. Oh, I got one. Oh, I got two. Nice. So, and didn't get the rest, unfortunately. I don't know. Do you win anything with two balls? I don't think you do, actually. I think it has to be three, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just check this real fast. Okay, so you have the Powerball, or two numbers plus Powerball, or three numbers. Okay, so yeah, I didn't win shit. Fuck me, man. Well, if that be the case, and I got two numbers on this ticket tonight, then I wouldn't be surprised if somebody won this $1 billion jackpot tonight on April Fool's Day, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I was playing Mom's numbers is what I call them now because it was her birth date and death date on that. So, but yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyway, as I was saying though, I know Matt was saying some stuff about what the future could look like in this country, obviously, and like the possibility of like no states and stuff like that. I've talked about this a few times, honestly, on the main channel that is obviously out with the channel strike right now because of not being able to get back into it currently is what it is. So the thing is, it's not like we're not going to be a collection of states after a fall. What will happen, I believe, depending on how far this country does fall, obviously, is you could essentially have what I like to call mega blocks or mega states, if you will, which is basically it'll be, what used to be like 6, 7, 8 states together, maybe 10 states together or so, that will come together and form like this giant mega state, essentially. And they will all fall under a list of rules, could be an actual constitutional based list of stuff, whatever the case be, or it could be one of the most unconstitutional, totalitarian, authoritarian regimes ever, is what it is. And it would depend on who is part of those states, who the governors are, or whatever the case be, or who, be in general some of those states, et cetera, there. So, for instance, we have a lot of constitutional carry states in this country right now that are all red run and stuff like that. You could easily have, 6, 7, 8, 10 states like that come together and form this mega block that would literally be a new constitutional republic. and there could be multiples of those for that matter, where it's like one or two here and there, and then you'd have other ones that would just be, these Democrat hellholes is what it is, that are run by a bunch of authoritarian dictators and stuff like that. I've talked about this before, the whole Council of Governors thing, where it wouldn't be, we would no longer have like a president in this country or Congress or something, anything like that. What you would basically have is these mega blocks would be run by, essentially, depending on the number of states, 6, 7, 10, whatever it is, that's how many governors would be in them, obviously. And you would have those people come together as like a basically council of governors, if you will, and they would be the ones going on and doing the various international talks worldwide and stuff like that, and doing what needs to be done to, secure things for themselves, whether it be trade deals, et cetera, that overseas. Which is very interesting because of the fact that right now, I heard recently that Greg Abbott is basically doing that, honestly, for Texas right now. He's apparently been going overseas, I guess, to a few different countries. I think it was a couple of Asian countries and like some other places like that too as well. And was basically bartering deals for Texas is what it was. And who's to say that means Texas is going to secede at some point here or not? But like, if I was going to do a prelude to it seceding in the history books, I would say that would be exactly what it'd be, honestly. It would be that thing right there. So who knows, man? But the thing is, I think if Texas secedes, though, it's not going to be the only red state seceding from this union is what it is. You would see others go with it. Oklahoma would go with it. Louisiana probably go with it now because they are a constitutional carry state and stuff like that, and they're run by a very red guy in Jeff Landry now. I think you would see Ohio jump on that bandwagon too, depending on how many others are around us would jump on too, for that matter. I believe, truthfully, with the exception of that cocksucker Andy Beshear, who is the cheater in Kentucky there, I could see Kentucky actually ousting his ass from the governor's mansion and stuff like that completely, and just joining up too, for that matter. And it's just like Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, et cetera, all the way down through Louisiana, through Texas, etc. And you just have this new constitutional republic be formed, is what it is then. So I think the one thing Matt didn't really bring up tonight, which I wish he would have, honestly, and that's why I wish I would have been part of that panel, honestly, is it's something that I brought up in the comment section there, which is the way that the left has been doing stuff right now, whether it be, as of most recently tonight here in some part of New Jersey here, like a couple hours ago is what it was. They were literally attacking a Jewish synagogue in New Jersey, and it was a bunch of pro-Palestine asswipes that were over there trying to fuck with people is what it is now. Yeah, it was Teaneck, New Jersey. This is what Andy No put up a couple hours ago. It says, extremely high tensions as police hold back a crowd of pro-Palestine dipshits who want to storm the congregation of a local synagogue there. And yeah, they were trying to attack families and stuff like that. And that's what I'm saying, though, right? Like, you would have people doing shit like that. You would have people that are so fucking insane in this country that they are pushing stuff so fucking far, whether it be these pro-Palestine terrorists, whether it be the Antifa terrorists, whether it be the BLM terrorists, et cetera, all of them, because they're all basically the same people is what it is, dude. It's just a different name, different, like, really any given day, it's just a different hat for these people. They throw on a different hat. Tomorrow, let's see Antifa and black masks. Next day, it's fucking BLM in the streets. The next day after that, it's the pro-Palestine idiots, is what it is there, et cetera. But they're all the same fucking people at the end of the day, dude. They always have been, they always will be. They're all a bunch of leftist terrorists, is what it is. And they are pushing stuff to such extremes right now. You will see that pendulum swing back towards the right, I believe, in this country. And, you have all these leftist idiots out there that for years now have been going to, Supreme Court and stuff like that, dressed as the Handmaid's Tale morons and stuff like that. They're going to will something like that into place, dude. They're going to literally will that into existence, is what it's going to be. Because they are pushing so fucking hard in the opposite direction to mass murder children from moment of birth, and even beyond in many cases now, to where eventually you're just going to have somebody, I'm not saying myself, because, I'll be honest with you guys, if I ever had, like, ultimate power at a state level, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of motherfuckers lined up against a goddamn wall, honestly. I'll say it like it fucking is right now. And mostly it's going to be murderers and stuff like that, because we're just going to have on-the-spot execution in the state of Ohio, as under my governorship would be then, at that point in time. Like, I'd make sure that shit happens here. Is what it is, dude. It's like, yeah, we're not gonna let these fuckers shit on death row anymore in this state for fucking 30 years after killing a bunch of kids and shit. Like, no, we're gonna take them out, put them against the fucking brick wall, and it's just bang, 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 bang across the fucking wall, dude. So, but anyway, that's what needs to be done with most of the shit anyway, dude. You know, kid killers, child molesters, all that shit like that, dude. Need to be fucking dealt with on the spot is what it is then. So, yeah, and we'd have on-the-spot executions, on-the-spot firing squads, etc. there is what it'd be. So, but no, it would be someone way worse than me, honestly, at a federal level. You would have that person. I don't know what their name is at this point, honestly. I have no idea, honestly. But it would be, you know, it's kind of like when I got the Fed knock over Yang and stuff like that years ago. It would be something like that, honestly. It's like, it would be the unknown person. Like, nobody knows who this person is, but they would amass power someplace. And it would be like a rise of Hitler kind of thing is what it is there. I was actually watching something interesting yesterday, where people were discussing Hitler's rise to power there in Nazi Germany and what facilitated that whole thing is what it was, and who was actually behind the funding of it. And that's the thing people really never talk about is, like, you know, who funded Hitler's rise to power, really? And when you actually look into it, it was Rothschild central banks at that point. It was people making Bilderberg right now, the main family, honestly. And what was interesting was this person was talking about how it was actually a lot of the reason that Hitler assumed power there in Germany at the time was because of the Bolshevik revolutions and stuff that led up to that whole point in time in history. And it was people trying to take over and be like doing like Bolshevik shit and stuff like that. And I actually looked into it after the fact because, you know, these are things that, like, I never really learned in high school and history classes because, unfortunately, I ended up having to drop out after sophomore year. And I'm not even sure that they would have taught them in senior or junior year for that matter either. So it was not like really what it mattered because, like, even like world history class, it's like, you know, you only got a few months there, so they'll just like skim over a bunch of shit is what it is then. And it's unfortunate that we don't have kids learn stuff they need to learn in this country because, you know, you should be teaching people about, like, yeah, this is why you don't let a dictator rise to power kind of thing. Like, this is how you stop these things in their tracks, man. And, you know, like, this thing, like, basically have it be like, you know, the whole causation equals correlation. What is it now? Correlation equals causation. Causation, correlation. I forget how it goes there, but it's something Honda's been saying the past few times. But it's right. It's basically like, you know, one thing leads to another thing, and that's, you know, what leads to eventually dictatorships in this world is what it is then. And, you know, the democide of, you know, millions and millions of people is what it is then. And the thing is, you know, to start out with, what this person was explaining was how a lot of people actually in Germany there voted Hitler into place basically because he was trying to fight back against the Bolshevik, you know, radicals and stuff like that, which I don't know how much that's true or not, but I thought it was very interesting when that was talked about there. So, yeah, it's really interesting though, dude. And like I said, I think that's what would happen here, honestly. You'd have somebody, you know, I think it'd be very much like another Obama type for that matter, where it would be someone who would be, you know, very charismatic. And I'm not going to say Vivek Ramaswamy because I don't think that guy is that great, honestly. I don't think it would be anywhere near him, honestly. Because I don't think Vivek has the stones to be a dictator, honestly, for that matter. I mean, I could be completely wrong on that one, but, like, I just don't see it being somebody that's already, like, a known name at this point. I think it's going to be somebody that's completely unknown, or it'd be like, really, I think mostly what it probably be is, it would be someone at a state level right now in maybe a general assembly across this country in a red state or even a blue state for that matter that eventually just has enough, and then they, you know, somehow find their way to power is what it is there, and they become that fascist right-wing dictator person is what it is, you know, and they sit there and they're just like, you know what, no, we're going to completely ban abortion outright, you know, we're going to have all you motherfuckers rounded up that are all pro-abortionists, you kicked out of this fucking country, etc., there. And you can either go peacefully or you can go, you know, barrel of a gun kind of thing is what it is there. And I think that's what happened to a lot of them. And it's the same thing with, you know, rounding up illegals in this nation too, for that matter. There was a book I was reading part of a while ago. It was called Soft Apocalypse, which is really what we're going through right now, honestly. And in that book, you basically had people who were legally in this country, but they were Latino origins and stuff like that. and they were actually being rounded up by the government and expelled from the nation along with the illegals and stuff like that too, because they gotten so out of hand. And I thought that was very interesting because we are coming to that precipice, I believe, in this country's history right now. You know, Honda talked about it last night, or not last night, a couple hours ago here on Match Chat, where he was discussing how they're in Colorado, how they're giving these people so much is what it is, and how I guess the state of Colorado is now saying, yeah, if you take these people into your home or whatever the case be, they're just going to give you X amount of dollars a month and stuff like that. So essentially what they're doing is they're facilitating essentially a form of what do you call that thing now with kids? Foster care system, but for illegals it would be then, where it's like, yeah, if you take an X amount of illegals to your home or whatever the case be, will give you X amount of dollars a month is what it is there. So it's like $600 per head or whatever the case be. Then it's like, okay, cool. And as Honda was saying, you know, they take 10 and they get like $7,000 a month is what it'll be then. So yeah, it's just fucking nuts, dude, is what it is. But anyway, and it kind of leads to something else I want to talk about here, which is something I found on X here a couple hours ago, which was this particular story right here about the whole BlackRock buying up people's houses and shit right now. So it said, quote, an insane conspiracy theory. The homes that BlackRock has been purchasing, a huge amount of them are in New York right now, are being set up to house illegal migrants. Says each house will average bringing in $15,000 a month to house illegals. Says New York just declared that they're going to pay homeowners there a $125 a day fee to house an illegal in this country. $125 per illegal per bedroom. Okay, so you have to have multiple bedrooms for those people is what it is there. And at $3,750 per illegal, this means that property would now be bringing in $15,000 a month. It says, quote, y'all gonna come to with me down another rabbit hole of how the U.S. government is using private industry to fuck over the American people. So this is going to be a quick video. Wanted to put it out here because I want to hear what people think. This is the guy saying this right here. Is what it is. So let's go ahead and hear what else. I'm assuming what I'm gonna read here is what the guy's basically saying. Here's what it is for the most part. So let's go ahead and just listen to this whole thing for a couple minutes. What it is.
Y'all want to come with me down another rabbit hole of how the U.S. government is using private industry to fuck over the American people? This is going to be a quick video, but I wanted to put it out because I want to hear what people think. The basic gist is that the United States government is using BlackRock to permanently house all the illegal immigrants they've been letting in. So you know how companies like BlackRock have been buying up large amounts of the single-family real estate, and a shitload of the properties that they bought are in the state of New York. And New York just declared that they're going to pay homeowners there $125 a day to house a migrant. $125 a day per migrant, per bedroom. That means the taxpayers of New York are going to be paying $3,750 per migrant per month. Now think about all those houses that BlackRock bought. Let's say they got a 4-bedroom. That means they can house 4 migrants. And at $3,750 per migrant, that means that property would now be bringing in $15,000 a month. And if any of those migrants have a family, that's additional money on top. And BlackRock doesn't have to worry because the money's guaranteed by the government in New York. I mean, you have to think so far in Biden's presidency, anywhere from 12 to 15 million illegals have crossed over. And then because of all the incentive programs that New York created, you enter this country illegally, you'd have to be stupid not to go to New York. You're going to get paid. You're going to get fed. You're going to get housed, all for the price of either a bus trip up there, or maybe you can catch one of those flights that Biden's been sending under everyone's radar. But regardless, you're going to go to New York, where BlackRock owns thousands of homes. And I'd be willing to bet a lot of those homes are about to have an illegal immigrant as a tenant. And they're going to make sure they get at least one in every bedroom.
Yep. That's a scary thought to think about, dude. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, dude. Like, this is exactly why I've been talking about sleeper cells in this country for 3 to 4 years now is what it is. Because this is exactly what we're seeing right now. Actually, it's been longer than that. It's been more like about 5 years or so, give or take. Probably closer to 6, actually. But yeah, the whole point is, though, it's like, this is exactly what they're doing right now. They're setting up fucking sleeper cell networks across this country, dude. You can't honestly tell me that when you have like 90-something% of the people coming in right now being fucking fighting age males. Sorry, I popped my chip clip. Here's what it was because I popped the things off of it. But yeah, you can't tell me that when you have 90% of the people coming in there, they're all fighting age male motherfuckers, and you got a 4-bedroom house, that's not going to be 4 fucking dudes in there doing some sleeper cell shit, honestly, dude. And that would just be the ones you know about. It's probably going to be like 10, 15 of these fucking guys sleeping in the fucking house or whatever. It'd be like some fucking Fight Club shit or something like that, where they make the house into like some bunk bed area and stuff like that. And then you have like 20 of these dudes doing the whole Project Mayhem thing, whatever the hell it was, dude. So yeah, I guarantee it's going to be something like that. And that's a scary fucking thought to think about, dude, because how long after that will it be that you have these motherfuckers going out there and doing some terrorist attacks and stuff like that? So yeah, we're definitely being primed for something right now. And I know they're supposed to, I heard from my cousin last week, or yeah, a couple days ago, here's what it was, that they're supposed to be turning on the CERN collider thing again now, the same day as the eclipse here next week for the April 8th eclipse there. So, I don't know, man. Shit's getting fucking nuts right now. And I think it's only a matter of time until this country starts to really, really fall, honestly. And when it falls, it's going to fall so fast, bro. Like, so fast. People ain't even going to know where their next meal is going to come from. It's going to fall that fast. You know, you might think it's going to come from this thing, whatever the case be, and it's like, yeah, you might be eating that meal that night in some cases, but it might be something where it's like, you know, you think you're going to go to the store that day or whatever the case be, and all of a sudden you walk in and it's that fucking scene from that movie, that Gray State trailer, concept trailer, where the woman walks in there and it's just like barren shelves and shit, dude. Or it's like that scene from that movie Contagion with Matt Damon, where it's him and his daughter going into the grocery store to get like a couple things, whatever. And it's just like everybody and their brother has like already like cleared the shelves, basically, is what it is. And they go back outside and their car is about to be siphoned of gas. You know, it's like shit like that, but like way worse than that, because it's like they're not only going to siphon your car of gas, they're going to siphon you of any fluids before they eat your ass, is what it'll be, man. Because there's going to be some Haitian cannibals or some shit like that, and like right on top of you then. So I started watching the War of the Worlds series that they did a couple years ago now. In I think it was Britain or France or something like that was the one that did it then. It was like I only watched the first couple episodes so far, but it's pretty interesting actually. And the one thing that's always bothered me about any of those shows though is what it is. So they'll all like you'll always have like the quote unquote like battlefield pickups and stuff like that people find where it's like a random gun off of like usually it's like a cop. It's like the same thing. Like with that show, it was this guy finding like 2 guns on the cop. One was actually pulled from a cop's holster. The other one was actually in the back seat of the cop car. And then there was that one from what was that other one? I'm trying to think of that one show is called now. The Stand, the 2020 version of The Stand, where the kid is about to leave town or whatever. And he finds like the dead female cop there laying, and he just like steals her gun is what it was then. But the problem I have with that is it's these people that know nothing about, you know, how guns and magazines work and stuff like that, where it's only limited capacity ammo is in there is what it is. And with the exception of movies like Terminator 2, where they actually show Schwarzenegger's Terminator stealing the guy's extra mags out from 1911 is what it was there has never been any other movie or TV show that I could think of right now that I've ever seen. I mean, there might be a couple that I haven't seen is what it is, though. But yeah, all the ones I've seen, though, I have never, ever seen a Battlefield pickup like that of extra mags, dude, with the exception of Terminator 2. And it's bullshit, dude, because, again, it's like, if you're going to steal a gun like that, dude, you're gonna swipe a gun like that or whatever, as like the Battlefield pickup kind of thing is what it is, why wouldn't you take the entire gun belt, dude? Why wouldn't you take the handcuffs and the handcuff keys? Why wouldn't you take the extra fucking mags on the gun belt? Etc., etc. It makes no logical sense. Like, I get it. It's probably easier because it's like easier for them to just grab the gun and it's like the armorer's job than obviously to keep the gun is what it is there. But like, again, how hard would it be to have like an extra mag being grabbed out or something, dude? Because in reality, that's what you would do in like a grid down thing. You find like a dead person or whatever from like some random thing or whatever the hell it was, because in that World Wars thing it was actually like an electromagnetic pulse kills everybody or something like that. So yeah, you find everybody killed from like an EMP burst or something like that, dude, is what it is. Like an electromagnetic pulse wave or whatever the hell it was there. And you would take the entire belt or something. Or at minimum, you would actually, maybe you would not take the belt, but you'd like grab the gun out first or whatever. And then you'd like kind of shift the fucking person's, body or whatever, just like grab the fucking mags out of the pouches too then. So it's really fucking irritating to me as somebody who does have autism, and like, it's like, come on, man, like, no better than that, Hollywood. Seriously, like, learn about guns, learn about things people would actually do in real life, and implement that shit in reality. But that's the problem. Like, all these people that do that stuff don't know a damn thing about guns, whether it be the directors, whether it be even the armorers in some cases don't know shit about guns. I mean, hell, look at that bitch from the Rust set that got busted here recently for like a couple years now. Because she was too fucking dumb to actually do cold guns and stuff, dude. But anyway. But yeah, the entire point is, though, I think we're definitely heading for a weird place in time and history right now. And I think you're going to see something crazy happen very quickly. Now, do I really want to see either main political party take over at all in this country? No, I do not, dude. I would prefer they both fuck off and we see like some kind of actual internet libertarian come to power, and that person or those people get shit done the correct way, and we have a real constitutional republic again in this country then. And it kind of makes me wonder, because something Matt brought up last night, actually, because he was talking about founding fathers like Jefferson and Franklin and Washington, etc. What would it really take for an individual right now to reach founding father status in this country? An everyday American in this nation, what would it really take that person to achieve to get a status symbolically of, like, I don't know, maybe a new founding father of the United States of America? Now, granted, I don't like to use that particular phrasing because we all know what the new founding fathers were in Hollywood, and it was literally the guys that created the Purge universe. So they never do actually show those guys either, by the way. Like, they're always mentioned in those movies, but they never actually show like who they actually were. Which my assumption is it'd probably be like your Soros, Klaus Schwab, fucking, Rothschild family, or Rockefeller family, or royal family, etc. It'd be like those motherfuckers, basically, like your Bilderbergs, your World Economic Forums, your Davos groups, etc., etc. there, which obviously some of those people are all part of the same things as what it is there. It's, like a 3-in-1 kind of thing or whatever then. So, I don't know, man. It's just very, very interesting. And like I said, for that particular video there where that guy was talking about the whole thing there, I thought it was really interesting as well. So I don't know what will happen right now, dude. I'm hoping that we actually don't have that be an issue, but who the hell knows? Huh. Yeah, somebody was talking about the New York thing. They said they're doing it everywhere. It says immigration is why your rent is so high. And then somebody circled it here. It says unlimited demand is a wet dream for landlords and developers. You're competing with 1.2 million foreigners for housing. That's why you'll never own a home. I'm assuming that was overseas too, for that matter. Because here it's like 12 to 15 million at least, dude, right now. So, and that's just the ones we know about, by the way. There's probably another 5 to 6 we don't know about, honestly. Yeah, somebody here said, this is March 15th of 2021 here. It says, watch how many apartment buildings and empty office buildings convertible to apartments that they purchase. It's coming, especially in cities that are hot tourist spots, which would be talking about illegals there is what it was. So, yeah, shit's getting fucking nuts, dude. Like, we are definitely heading down a really fucked up road right now that I'm not sure we can even come back from ever. So, Melania Trump is 53? Damn, dude. I don't know when this shot. I don't know if this is a more recent shot of her. This is one where she was still the first lady, but oof, man, she really was the best first lady ever in our country's history, man. And by that I mean she was the hottest first lady ever in our country's history. So here's a video apparently from Easter Sunday of her and Barron together. Damn, that kid's gotten tall as shit, man. Yeah, she's looking hot as fuck right there, man. Damn. Man, that rain just started pouring down like crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's picked up in the mic or not. Sounds like hail. Hopefully it's not a twist or anything like that. Just says rain right now, so I guess it's heavy rain soon. It might just be heavy rain then. I do want to talk about something else actually real quick while I'm here, because there was another thing that popped up here as one of the story things in my things that it gives me every day for my little internet deal there, or whatever, on this computer for some reason. So this one just popped up a couple minutes ago. It says 5 myths about the American Civil War people need to stop believing are true. Oh yeah, what's that? It was just about slavery. Even though it totally fucking wasn't. That'd be my assumption right now, but not for real though. It was let's see. Stop sharing Melania's hot ass right now. And we will show old potato head dipshit Biden here talking about 14 polarizing gun control measures enacted by Biden's fake ass administration. Enhanced background checks, like universal background checks. Banning so-called ghost guns, red flag law support. Regulating pistol stabilizing braces. ATF director nomination. Requiring serial numbers for major gun parts. By the way, none of that's actually been enacted at the federal level yet. Zero tolerance for rogue gun dealers, which is absolute bullshit entirely, because it's not even rogue gun dealers doing it. You fucking assholes literally arming fucking cartels like you did with your fucking boy Obama. Operation Fast and Furious, you fuck knuckles. Let's see. We got promoting secure gun storage, meaning mandatory safe storage laws. Reinterpretation of Arms Export Control Act. Enhanced reporting of lost and stolen guns, meaning you're going to go to jail if you don't report your shit stolen fast enough, is what it is, because these douchebags love to know exactly where everything's at all times, man. And then, quote, funding the gun violence research, of course, with the fucking piece of shit cunts from Moms Made Action there. Fucking scumbags. And then support for assault weapons bans, which is absolute lies, by the way. There is no support for that shit. Executive action on, quote, homemade firearms. And then investment in community violence interventions was absolute lies, too, by the way. What this really is it's just paying people off and bribing people to push forward programs and shit, dude. I'm also getting real goddamn sick and tired of MDA at this point, dude. Like, these fucking cunts are some of the biggest scum ever, dude. Like, they really are. They're just fucking complete wannabe Nazi scumbags entirely. So, sorry, I was trying to see if there was other pictures of Melania here. Oh yeah, people were talking about Melania being an ex. I forget what she did. I know supposedly she did some nudes back in the day or whatever for it's like Penthouse or something like that. Is what it was, or like the equivalent thereof. It wasn't Playboy, but it was something else though. Like, really, it doesn't matter. She was still hot as fuck, dude. Like, good on her, I guess is what I'd say. So She's the first lady we need, man. I'll say that right now. So, thank God that one fucked up bill in Ireland never passed the parliament there, which would have basically discriminated against whites based on like hate crime BS is what it was there. But you do have this one here, which I want to talk about momentarily, which is says, meanwhile, in Scotland, beginning today, it's now a crime to say or post an insulting statement if it can cause someone else to have, quote, hateful views. Good Lord. This includes any insult that could end up, quote, stirring up hatred against illegal aliens. By the way, this is the kind of shit that fucking cunt Sheila Jackson Lee was trying to push here in America sometime in the last year or so, where she was trying to push forward legislation that if, like, say I said something right now of like, oh yeah, you know, like 1776 could commence again or something like that, and then somebody actually tried to start the shit again or whatever, like I could be arrested for fucking inciting that shit or whatever then, which is so fucking ridiculous entirely, dude. Just absolute insanity is what it is. And yeah, these countries, like I said, man, they're going to get to a point right now where it's going to be legit like 1789 again, where it's going to be some French Revolution shit or something, dude. And the real problem in that, is something Hunter brought up as well for the French Revolution thing as well there, man, is I believe it was him and Matt when they were talking about it. They actually said something about how you had, what is it now? Some people getting killed or whatever, unknowingly or whatever during that whole thing because it had gone too far or whatever, or gotten caught up in the mix, whatever the case be. So here's the thing about that whole thing, dude, with the French Revolution. There was a lot of people that got killed unjustly during the French Revolution that had nothing to do with the original, like kings and queens shit. There's what it is. Really, in a lot of cases, what it was is you had these people that were like the original leadership there in 1789, 1788, etc. there that were like leading the front of the charge is what it was there, to basically put all these different folks to the guillotine that were like the kings, queens, royals, etc. at the time. There's what it was. And then eventually what happened was people got so much bloodlust in their systems that you had the crowd then turn on these people that were the original leadership and stuff like that when they were like, yo, bro, we need to shut this down and stuff. And they're just like, nah, man, keep going. And they're like, no, please, like, enough is enough, dude. We've done enough. We've taken the ones out that need to be taken out is what it is. And they're just like, the crowd sitting there like, nah, man, you need to be taken out now. And yeah, then they would just put them to gallows, what it was then. And I guess that went on for quite a while until people finally were finally just like, whoa, this is fucked up. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what eventually stopped it, but I know it got stopped eventually though. So, but yeah, there was a lot of people that got killed unjustly during that time, and I'm guessing it was in the hundreds of thousands of people if that be the case, dude. So it was like high hundreds to like low thousands would be my guess, honestly. So you're talking about 900 to like a couple thousand or something probably would be my guess there. But yeah, it's just wild stuff, dude, entirely. And it's sad. It's sad that we have come to that kind of time in history then where you had people having to do something to rise up and rebel against the, sort of dictator state that they were living in at the time, only to have then turn around and create the dictatorship themselves is what it is at a, mob rule level, only to then be killed underneath that mob rule in a lot of cases and have somebody else basically be the one that eventually stops it then. So, yeah, I don't know. I just know I think that's what we're heading to right now, honestly, in this country right now. It's going to be people just going like full mob rule at some point, and eventually it'll be, the ones that start the shit are going to be the ones that end up, third, fourth, fifth, etc. at the fucking gallows then, man. And it's going to be the ones that, sort of held back that are eventually probably going to be the ones that are going to be like, yo, man, like, nah, like, everybody just needs to chill the fuck out kind of thing. Like, down the line, people's bloodlust isn't really there anymore is what it is then. And they finally have like a, moment of epiphany or moment of clarity is what it is then. So, I don't know. I just think we're in for really bad times ahead right now. And I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm hoping that we, like I said, I would personally love to see our country get to a point very soon where we actually just have sort of mandatory classes in schools right now where we start teaching kids constitutional founding of this nation, dude, where they know the ins and outs of the Constitution from kindergarten onwards, honestly, if not preschool for that matter. And, you know, you could easily do it with a lot of things, dude. I mean, there's that one guy, I think he has a YouTube channel here, if I'm not mistaken. It's called like the PPG or something like that's what it is. And it's this dude who's written a bunch of books. He is a 2A guy. And a lot of the books he writes are for, because he has like several kids is what it was, or at least he had several kids there is what it was, that were elementary school age a few years ago is what it was then. And he was actually writing these books to teach his kids about the Second Amendment stuff and like constitutional founding of this country is what it was. But they could also be used as a overall roadmap as well on that one for other generations of kids coming up now is what it is. And you would actually have the ability to teach these younger kids things and be able to have them understand from a, you know, child's mindset is what it is then, through these books is what it is then. So, yeah, I'm hoping that we can do that honestly at some point, but who knows, man. But somebody needs to start is what it is, man. Some governor, some general assembly just needs to do that stuff and be the first to do it, and then you're gonna have that shit catch like wildfire, just like constitutional carry happened here, man. You had, you know, it got stalled out for a little bit of time or whatever, and then people realized like after 2020, it's like, no, we have to be able to defend ourselves. Fuck y'all, man. And then you just had, you know, people finally like, you know, going after general assemblies and being like, no, dude, like do this. And eventually it was, okay, fine. If you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it myself kind of thing. And you had people, you know, primarily people out is what it was then, or they ran for their, you know, term limited seat and stuff like that. And in many cases they won. And now because of that, you have states here like Ohio that have constitutional carry it now. You have states like Louisiana that have constitutional carry now. You have states like, you know, Alabama that have it now. You have states like Texas have it now. And it took us decades in some cases to get this shit, but eventually we got it is what it was, dude. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. You know, did I ever think Nebraska was going to be a constitutional carry state in my lifetime? No, I did not, honestly. But yet it happened because you had people fighting for it. You had people that were part of a General Assembly a couple of years ago that kept fighting for it, was like, no, this is going to be my one thing this year, whatever. And they finally got it done, man. And thank God for those people, honestly. And that's what you need more. You need more of these pit bull people like that, dude, where they're going to be the pit bulls of society when it comes to the Second Amendment, when it comes to, you know, Second Amendment rights and constitutional-based legislation and stuff like that's what it is. So, but anyway, I agree with Matt on some things, what he said last night, but there's other things that I can disagree with him on certain things as well. But I don't know. I still like to believe we're a constitutional republic at this point. I know we're not 100%, obviously, because of what's happening now and what the Democrats and the rhinos in power have moved into right now is what it is. But that doesn't mean that at state levels you're not still kind of a constitutional republic to some extent. So it just depends on what state you're in, obviously. But anyway, that's about it for today, though. I'm going to go do a couple things here in a couple minutes. And then about an hour or so from now is when they're going to do another maintenance for the update that's going to be coming up now. So we'll probably get some more Ruby compensation, I'm sure. And then I think during that time, we're most likely going to be doing a Q&A on the Discord then. So I'll be talking with some people then, if that be the case then, about what's going on for this coming next few weeks then for this current extended version of Season 8 then. And where the hell we're going to go into Season 9 then as well, for that matter. So end up using up almost all of my my coins then yesterday on some stuff. And then finding out, obviously, that my things I thought were $1,200 a piece were actually $1,250 a piece. So to be able to get like 60 of them, I got like 58 of them is what it was then, which kind of sucks. But and of course, there's the one that still needs like, I think it's around 20 or so of those basic frags for governor to be upgraded a little bit then. But yeah, for the most part, it's not too bad right now. And then be doing a few things here and there is what it is. But other than that, for the most part, I'm going to be grabbing some things pretty quick. Here's what it'll be, and going from there then, and figuring some stuff out what it'll be. So, other than that, it's been a good one, y'all. Have a good one. Stay safe, stay vigilant, all that good stuff. And never forget that we are less than a week now away from a real possible blackout in this country. So now is the time to get your stuff together. If you need to buy some things, buy some things. If you need to actually get some ammo and stuff, buy some ammo and stuff, etc., etc., etc. Because you never know when it's just going to go down, man. And I hate to be the person that, is stuck in the middle without a gun is what it is. So anyway, but yeah, other than that, though, that's where I'm at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I'll see y'all next one. And hopefully tomorrow, Honda will do the 2A Tuesday stream, and we can actually discuss more about this and other things then, and so forth and so on. So anyway, other than that, have a good one, y'all, and later. Night.